Okay, this is our last chapter for today. This is chapter 7. So your test next week until this chapter, yeah? So chapter 7 is about choosing the innovation project. We have learned from chapter 5 that to be innovative, it requires cost. To have the innovation solution or innovation product, you must have innovation project. With innovation project, to ensure that it is a success, there's a lot of things to be considered, and not to mention that it also involves cost. So this chapter will give some highlight on what kind of analysis of what kind of activities or macam kita cakap langkah lah, okay, precaution that firm can do to choose the innovation project, what the firm can do. So method of choosing innovation project range from informal to highly structured, and from entirely qualitative and to strictly quantitative. So other firm use a combination of methods to more completely evaluate the potential and risk of an innovation project. So to choose the project, it involves R&D. Okay, it involves research. So research, firm must have research and develop, R&D. So for research, it can be qualitative, it can be quantitative. And then this is the first option. It's not option lah. Normally, this is the first thing when discussing about project. Any firm will make sure that whatever they do, the budget has to be strict. They have to ensure that whatever investment for every dollar and cent will give back the what they want. So most firms face serious constraint in capital and other resources they can invest in project. What happens if they invest but the project is unsuccess? It's not easy. Firms thus often use capital ratios of capital. They set a fixed R&D budget and rank order project to support. Okay, so R&D budget is often a percentage of previous year's sale, and percentage is typically determined through industry benchmark or historical benchmarking of firm performance. So normally that's why companies that have high sale normally will have more budget for R&D. Okay, so this is the R&D intensity varies considerably across and within the industry. We can see this is the what the textbook provide to us based on the intensity of budget. Okay, based on the industry, so in drug, biological product and diagnostic, I am sure if we are looking at the development budget, now it exceeding even more. So for industry R&D intensity, normally it is 20% of the revenue. Okay, spend based on the industry revenue, approximately 20%. And normally drug is higher, is the highest. And if we are talking about now after pandemic and moving to endemic, I'm pretty sure there are some possibility that the R&D spend is higher, even though the revenue is probably not exceeding. But we can also expect that pandemic and endemic will make the industry improving or increasing even more. This is the development budget top 10 2016. The highest Amazon.com, being the leader in the online industry, e-commerce. Okay, and this is also Intel also in technology, and because this is the R&D intensity, and we see what AstraZeneca drug. Okay, and then we also have Facebook 21%. These are among the top lah. This one I am not sure what industry is this. So we can see some of the industry really put high effort. This is Pfizer. Okay, thanks to Corona. Some of these, we started to recognize the company. Okay, this is the quantitative method for choosing the project. Commonly used quantitative method include discounted cash flow method and real option. So in quantitative, there are two types the company can use, either discounted cash flow, DCF, and real option. This is the first one. Based on the net present value, NPV, expected cash inflow are discontinued and compared to outlay. So this is the time in term of year, and they will see the first time one, okay, the first year. All right, this is the expected cash flow. You will see that it will give 943 and 40. It will be based on net present value and it should be decreasing. Supposedly, it should be decreasing. And after a certain year, they will calculate what is the total value and discounted rate for each of year, decreasingly, based on the expected cash flow. Meaning that for 100,000, it should decrease by 6%. Okay, so internal rate return is the discounted rate that make the net present value of investment zero. The calculator and computer performed by trial and error and potential for multiple IRR if cash flow varies. So IRR determined by the industry and by firm. How much actually in terms of internal rate of return should be identified based on performance of every firm. And strength and weaknesses of DCF method, the strength is it provides concrete financial estimate, very easy. Meaning to say if the discount is not, the more discount you have actually the better. Okay, but if don't exceed the discount, meaning to say that something is not right with the project. The project is not being managed as it planned. Okay, so the management has to go back and review what is going on and explicitly consider timing of investment and time value of money. So this is but once the company wanted to go for DCF, there's a lot of things they have to consider. That's why majority of companies during pandemic facing difficulties. If they are using this because it is not taking into consideration the environment factors that may affect the innovation project. Strength. It may be deceptive. Only as accurate as original estimate of cash flow, it may fail to capture strategic importance of project. Because it's very calculative. And it is not considering lots of factors, in which there are some possibility that estimate cash flow may not as per expectation. Okay, when we are discussing about cumulative of calculation, this is where some possibility of strategic thing is neglected and not taking into consideration. The second one is real option. It applies stock option model to non-financial resources investment, for example, with respect of R&D. So the cost of R&D project can be considered the price of call option. Sometimes when we do R&D, new thing come in, need to be added. Additional price need to be added. Additional solution, additional things need to be added. So the cost of future investment required to capitalize on the R&D program, such as cost of commercializing a new technology that is developed, can be considered as the excessive price. So R&D need to be controlled. There are things need to be added. However, every cent that invested need to be counted and need to get back. So the return to the R&D investment are analogous to the value of stock purchase with call option. So less call option is actually the best way to handle the innovation project. However, most of that, it doesn't work that way. So this is some example of real call option. For example, like license to commercialize technology, nature of option, right to commercialize, benefit from exercising the option, stream cash flow from commercialization, manufacturing experience, marketing and distribute experience. Exercise price, cost of manufacturing, marketing and distribution, factor affecting duration, patent time limit, availability of substitute, and so on. So these are things that considered as real call. If there are some changes, for example, in government policy, there are some possibility that new rule, new things, new law, new legal issues need to be embedded, for example. All of these will become also some call option, real call option. And also the process, for example, like to ensure that the project will be approved, the patent is approved within time, and it is ready for commercialization is also another matter. This is becoming important because later we must remember, okay, even though now we are in chapter 7, we must not forget that in chapter 5, we learn about the right timing. When this thing happen, okay, will it affect our time to enter the market? If patent time exceeding the plan that had been put based on real call, how much it will affect the timing to enter the industry. So those are the example that I can use based on this one. Okay, options are valuable when there is uncertainty, as is in innovation. So when we are discussing about uncertainty, it can be from internal, it can be from industry, it can be from something beyond, such as the stakeholder. However, real option model have some limitation. Many innovation projects do not confirm the same capital market assumption underlying option model. It may not be available to acquire option at small price, may require full investment before it known whether technology will be successfully. So value of stock option is independent of call holder behavior, but value of R&D investment is shaped by firm capability, complementary asset, and strategies. So there are some possibility that the project is not aligned with the capital market assumption. The stakeholder from market expecting something else, in which this innovation project actually is not matched with the assumption. Or what if the market assumption or the assumption from stakeholder varies? We have various stakeholders in the stakeholder analysis. We discussed about it. But how to make sure that each of the innovation project confirm with all of the market assumption? What if the stakeholder in the assumption? What if the stakeholder have different assumption and contradict based on this innovation project? So these are the things that a firm must take into consideration and make sure that whatever real call based on this innovation project need to be carefully observed, and they must decide which one of call should be invested, which one should be call off. Okay, this is a qualitative method of choosing the project. So many projects in the choice of development project are extremely difficult or misleading to quantify. Not everything can be quantified. So almost all firms use some qualitative methods such as screening question may be used to assess different dimensions of the project decision including. So all the real call and also real call and the other one is what we call DCF. Both are quantitative and can be quantified. But not everything is about quantifying. Okay, so some screening option may be used to assess different dimensions of project decision, including role of customer. When we are discussing about this choosing a project, it is not just about whatever we have in the company. You must always think in your mind that when we decide or the firm decide, it involves what is going on in the industry and what is going on among the stakeholders. So role of customer is one thing. So role of customer, it reflect market, use, compatibility, ease of use, distribution, pricing, is including also all the core product and also the whatever product that is supporting the core product. And role of capabilities such as the existing capability, competitors' capability, and future capabilities. and also the project timing and cost. This thing may varies from one industry to another industry, from one situation to another situation. If, for example, the screening question been asked in 2019 and 2020 and 2021 and 2022, you can see that if from qualitative perspective, you will have a huge difference and the pattern actually is spread. You will not have a general pattern simply because something is going on between 2019 until now. Whatever that pandemic is modifying how the business perform their business, it changed the landscape of the industry, and it made that everybody in the industry have to react to it. So you just imagine if the innovation project is happening during that time, what kind of compatibility and also to quantify and make it compatible with the existing situation. How to do that? It is not easy. Meaning to say that during this time, that's why majority of business started to feel some problem. To have some problem. If they are following all the quantitative way, like DCF and real time, it already stated that there are some strategies are neglected. Okay, so this one qualitative method actually is one of the method to explore more, to explain more of what need to be done or what need to be adjusted to ensure that the innovation project is success, to ensure that the every cost invested will give or will get the feedback, will get the return. Okay, so the aggregate project planning framework. So this is one of the example of the qualitative method of choosing the project. So manager map their R&D project according to level of risk, resource commitment, and timing of cash flow. So this is what going on in terms of this is the advanced technology project. This is the new core process. They will check the process change to the next generation process, single department upgrade to incremental change. And at the same time, they have to look for the continual of product change, such as new core product, new generation product, additional to purchase family, and also derivative enhancement. So this is the advancement of newer version of the product in terms of changes, and they also must look at the process of the changes itself. So looking at the new core product and next generation product, normally they have what you call the breakthrough project. So it involves between process and next generation process. So this is the first part. Coming to the second part is the platform project, where the change of the product move to the additional of the product family, and also the single department upgrade, and also the incremental change. There is no more of the breakthrough project at this particular time. Okay, and moving to the final piece is the derivative project. It based on the derivative enhancement and incremental change. So this is the area in which it will affect how the product change with the process change. And we must remember that every input that we get at this stage are in the qualitative method. And taking about qualitative method, it very rigid to, it's not to say rigid, it is explaining based on specific firm, based on specific industry, based on specific situation. Because we are not quantifying. We are exploring. Qualitative is about exploring what is going on and finding out or detailing out of the decision of the innovation project. Okay. Advanced R&D project are the project that considered as develop cutting edge technology, offer no immediate commercial application. Breakthrough project are the incorporate revolutionary new technologies into commercial application. Meaning to say that coming to this part, the project will start, or the product will start to come to commercialization part. Platform project, not revolutionary, but after fundamental improvement over preceding generation and the product. Meaning to say that it's already there, in which the innovation started with some improvement. Derivative project is the incremental improvement and variety and design of features, in which, like handphone, you started to have different offering and different addition. So derivative project pay off the quickest and help service the firm's short-term cash flow need, and advanced R&D project take long time to pay off or may not pay off at all, but can position the firm to be technological leader. Not every project can be considered or quantified in term of dollar and cent. There are some of project that is needed to ensure that this particular firm still like sustaining their position as the leader in the industry. So managers can compare actual balance of project and desired balance of the project. Q-sort. Q-sort is one of a qualitative method we can use to choosing project. If you are doing the research methodology, actually Q-sort also is another method. It's one of the method you can use to in the data collection, in the research methodology. So ideas are put on card. For each dimension being considered, the cards are stacked in order of their performance on that dimension. Several rounds of sorting and debate are used to achieve census about the project. So meaning to say that Q-sort, we will try to take out, to pull out the idea from the community, from the committee of the project, and from there, they will start to discuss either this one is doable, this one is actually makes sense, this one we can stop, and they will do several rounds of sorting until everybody will come to some agreement on what kind of solution the firm wanted to focus on. So managers may use multiple methods in combination. The best actually to combine quantitative and qualitative. Even though the qualitative is explaining a lot, but normally qualitative is not able to justify in terms of cost, in which each of the innovation costs must come with budget. Qualitative alone is insufficient to outline the what we call prediction or the possible budget that need to be needed for certain project. However, for real call, for example, to decide either the real call is accepted or not accepted, the firm can use qualitative to justify if the call is needed, approved, or rejected. So it may also use method that convert qualitative information into quantitative form. Through this has similar risks as discussed in the quantitative method. So the best one of a way to combine quantitative and qualitative information is through co-joint analysis. It estimates the relative value individual places on attribute of a choice. So individual given a card with product or project with different features and price, individual rate each in terms of desirability or rank them, and multiple regression then used to assess the degree to which an attribute influencing rating. This weight quantify the trade-off involved in providing the different features. So what I mean by this is that when a firm has several projects, they will try to make those ideas into, they will quantify the ideas through quantitative method. Because when we are not able to make it quantitative, we are not able to find the relationship or which one is influenced or how much it influences. Only in quantitative, how it influence to investigate, to examine, only can be done. That's why based on the qualitative, information, it needs to be transformed quantitatively. So if the company is doing this, the firm is not really focusing on either quantitative or either qualitative. If the firm straight to the qualitative, there's some possibility that the budget is not rational. If the company or if the firm solely focusing on the quantitative, there's some possibility that there are some strategies may be misleading. Okay, thus the decision made by the firm are inappropriate. So it is best to have this conjoint analysis so that both input from quantitative and qualitative can be used together to make a decision of innovation project. So data development analysis or DEA use linear programming to combine measures of project based on different unit. For example, rank versus dollar into an efficiency frontier. So project can be ranked by assessing their distance from efficiency frontier. And as with other quantitative method, DEA result is only as good as data utilized. Manager must be carefully in their choice of measure and their accuracy. So if we are discussing about ranking the distance with efficiency frontier, there are some measures or there are some dimension or there are some factors that may affect. That's why it says here, manager must be carefully in choosing the measure. What they want, aligning of the goal, the vision, mission of the firm with what going on in the industry is very important. It's not sometimes restricted to only dollar and cent. Okay. Earlier in this, even in this chapter, we also discussing about majority. There are some of the R&D costs. Actually, the company will not get back as per expected. However, one thing that the company has in terms of the sustainability of competitive advantage is that they already been acknowledged as the technological leader. Sometimes to become the technological leader, there are things that you have to sacrifice, including to give the excessive budget to all the real call needed by the innovative project. Okay, so that's it for this chapter. It's already 11:46. This chapter actually not a long chapter, and yeah, I think that's all for this chapter. Then I will stop sharing. So habis dah all the chapter that I need to cover today. Already once again to those who a bit late coming to class. Sebenarnya last week tu saya terlebih cover. Okay, I already upload the new document in the Google Classroom. You can check your lesson plan part. Kiranya last week itu suppose I just cover 3 chapter, but it's already like 4 chapters. Sebenarnya chapter 1 that I cover in class is supposed to be 2 chapters. 2 chapters for first week. So this week is only 3 chapters remaining, already being covered. Inshallah, this recording also I will make it available to you as soon as I get the recording ready. Okay? So is there any question? Ada soalan tak? Question?
No, for now, Doctor.
Semua dah penat Okay, jadi petang ni kita nak jumpa pukul berapa? 2, pukul 2.30? Pukul 2, pukul 2.30?
2.30.
2.30. Baik Cik Salwa, kita jumpa 2.30 insyaAllah. Tapi pastikan everybody already download your group case study and also the question yang saya dah pin up dekat Google Classroom. Alright, I think that's all for now. Have a great day, have a great lunch, have a good rest. Thank you and insyaAllah see you again. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Terima kasih, Doktor.
Sama.
Okay, doktor.
Okay, bye.
Okay, doktor.